Let's get salty!
Everyone, Zeddy here again with another Perils in Paradise card review. We have the last of the Warlock cards to review, and we got crazy death rattle stuff, the return of Renown Darkness, but with a twist. A lot of cool cards to go over here, including healing for Rogue. Isn't that just great for everybody? And we have a giveaway going on for 2 regular pre-orders and now 2 mega bundles as we hit 83,000 subscribers. Thank you all so much for that. To enter that giveaway, like and comment in the video, link down in the description below, the one with that thumbnail over there. Be subscribed to the channel, and if we manage to hit 84,000 subscribers by the time all the cards are revealed, I will add another mega bundle. So hit that sub button, make me go broke. But again, big thank you guys for all the support and getting us closer and closer to 100K and shaving this beard, unless you guys riot or something. Anyways, the first card we were going to take a look at here, a throwback to a very beloved card in Renown Darkness, a 2-mana shadow spell. You replace your hero power and non-warlock cards with warlock ones. They cost 1 less. So again, important to note, every card outside of the tourist card we'll look at later can be used by Rogue. So Rogue can turn their dagger into a 1-mana life tap. They can change whatever warlock cards or non-warlock cards, so Rogue ones, into warlock ones. This is definitely a card that feels like it should be played a lot more by Rogue than it should be by Warlock, right? As they can access these cards. So that should be quite the spin. If you are playing this in Warlock, you can replace your like neutral cards, or if you're touristing into Death Knight, turn those cards into Warlock cards. You get a discount. It's purely random, and your life tap will turn into 1-mana life tap. And my understanding is if you play this again and you already have life tap up, it'll just turn again into a 1-mana life tap. You can't get a 0-mana one, is my understanding. But is this a competitive, good card? Renown Darkness certainly never was. Renown Darkness just seems like another kind of fun twist on it, especially with the tourist mechanic, especially, again, Rogue being able to play this, turn into a Warlock effectively themselves, if they're not already doing that with their hero card and all that stuff, the legendary that can discover a hero. It's just a really weird one. I don't think it's competitive, but it's absolutely going to be a card that people will definitely play, enjoy, have fun with, and definitely go back and relive their Renown Darkness ways with a bit of a twist. And again, you do get mana cheat. You get -1 on all those cards. So at least you can, get a bit of a scam possibly in there. But overall, yeah, I don't think you're hard running it. I think it's a card that's played at random or discovered or something like that, unless you're memeing. I will give it a 2 out of 5 in standard, a 1 out of 5 in wild, where that is absolutely, I don't think there's a chance this could be competitive in wild. But hey, in standard, maybe there's the craziest chance. It probably can't happen. And next we have what, Warlock needs more of, which is card draw. A 2-mana fire spell. Eat the Imp. Destroy a friendly minion to draw 3 cards. So you remember Backfire back in the day, 3-mana draw 3. You took self-damage. Well, you could do that for 2. I will say, though, I think Backfire is actually better than this card. Self-damage is more synergy. You don't need a friendly minion on the board, but this, like proccing a death rattle, just a little token, you draw 3 cards. That is incredible. And in Standard and Wild, you absolutely want to do things like that. And with all the new cards we're getting, that really synergizes, you can tell with this stuff. It seems like an absolutely incredible strong card. It just, even in Wild, like Crystallizer, you play that and you like destroy it and raise dead it. It's good in your Demon Seed deck. You want to draw cards, and it just accomplishes a lot of that. It's just a really good card. You just don't want to play it in like, a big deck, right? Like your big demons, but even then, you could kill off like your Nemsy and get a demon or whatever and draw 3 more cards and then struggle to get demons later. It's a pretty nuts one. I think this is absolutely one of the best cards of the set for Warlock, and I'm going to give it a 5 out of 5 in Standard and Wild, because drawing cards is so powerful, and yeah, destroying your own stuff can be pretty powerful too. So absolutely look out for this card. It is pretty darn good. So we have a new demon, not really of the big variety. We didn't really get much of the big demon variety actually in this set. Sacrificial Imp, a 3 mana 1/6 demon with Death Rattle. If it's your turn, summon a 6/6 imp with Taunt. It's like a throwback almost to Skelemancer, if you ever remember that card, but that had to die in your opponent's turn. They could just ignore it or else you didn't get anything. This, if you like destroy it yourself or trade in or do something, yeah, you get a big taunt, right? That's pretty darn good. If you don't, this card's pretty bad. It doesn't have taunt itself. It's not great, and you need to find ways to activate this. There's sacrifice cards to like just blow things up and even have that 3 mana 2/5 that can destroy a minion, and then it could be, you know, get your 6/6 taunt. There are some implications for it, and in Wild, you got like Plague of Flames, and you got like Dark Pact, and a lot of good cards that could possibly trigger this on your turn. And I guess if you play this with the Umbra, you should automatically get a 6/6 taunt, since it is your turn, right? It should proc it too, still, but it does feel pretty slow for a Wild format. For a standard format, the Legendary we'll take a look at is really good with this, but overall, I feel like, I don't know, it's actually quite a bit of stats for 3 mana too, right? 7 stats, I guess it's like a 3/4, just horribly distributed, right? 1 attack kind of sucks unless you buff it up. It's also an imp if you're playing a Wild, right? With Reform bringing these back as imp, that's important to know. But overall, again, I feel like it's probably a bit too situational, a bit too clunky that it doesn't see play, and I don't really see Rogue utilizing this all that well either. We did see that one spell that can discount this, right? The 4 mana spell can make this 0 mana play the same turn. That could be something. But overall, again, I think it doesn't quite make the cut. Not a bad card, but I don't think it'll be super competitive. So I'll get a 2 out of 5 in Standard and a 2 out of 5 in Wild, where there are a lot more sacrificing things, but you're playing the Demon Seed and sacrificing your health to murder your opponent. Next, we have the Drink card for Warlock, which I think Rogue could very well enjoy this. It is the Health Drink, a 3 mana Fel spell. It has Lifesteal, and you deal 3 damage to a minion. So, you know, this is normally worth 2 mana, but you get 3 uses out of this. And I'm just thinking about Rogue using this. One of their, well, is it really weakness? They just random healing all the time. But theoretically, their weakness is healing. And all of a sudden, they have 9 healing with this card. That's pretty good. You can prep it, cheat it out. You got like other cross-class or class synergies that recast stuff like this. This could just be a lot of healing for Rogue. And in Warlock never really, you know, dislikes having healing and flexible healing. We have 3 uses of this. This seems very solid. Can go into control strategies. Can even go to like the pain stuff where you want to heal up. Rogue absolutely can love this card for its healing implications. Just seems like a really good card for both classes. I can absolutely see it seeing play in multiple archetypes. I'll give this a 4 out of 5 in Standard and a 3 out of 5 in Wild, where like those decks, again, healing can be at a premium. Like Demon Seed even, I don't know if they play this, probably not, but they're always looking for more healing too, because one of the risks of that deck is you do get lower in health and then boom, you blow up. So I don't think this would make the cut there, but you never know. So yeah, 4 in Standard. I will give it a 3 in Wild. One of the better drinks I think out there. And then lastly, we have the Tourist Legendary for Warlock that allow Warlock to play the Death Knight cards from Perils of Paradise. We don't know them yet, so kind of hard to evaluate in some ways, but it's a 4 mana 4/4 undead. Your death rattles trigger twice, and after you play a death rattle minion, destroy it. So that 1/6 earlier, you play that, you will immediately get 2 6/6 taunts. We actually have a visual demonstration if you want to check it out. Yeah, this is like an ongoing passive effect on the board. If this is alive, this will continue to be, so your opponents really got to kill it, not too hard. as a 4/4 undead, although it is an undead, so maybe there's some Deathlight synergies we'll be able to use. We'll see again when those cards are revealed, I think on Tuesday, and we're uploading this like really late Sunday night, early Monday morning. Might be the only video of the day, by the way. I have no idea. Regardless, it's pretty solid, right? You get to access Deathlight cards. This has a pretty crazy effect. Any decent death rattle out there, imagine you can play old Deathlight cards. There's some pretty good death rattles there too. I'm just thinking like somehow Cagehead, getting that out, but you can't do that. Regardless, that's a really scary effect, and just with any cheap death rattle can snowball in a really large way, whether it's a neutral death rattle, a class 1 is what really elevates that 1/6 to the point where, yeah, maybe you just play that for the Dark Marrow synergy. It might just be these type of effects have typically seen play, but usually it needs a really specific surrounding for it. I'm still going to give it a 4 to 5, as it is a Deathlight Torse card. It allows for that cross-deck building. The fact it's got a pretty good passive ability to it that you can absolutely build around, probably in both classes. I assume we'll see some Deathlight death rattles, but regardless, this will get a 4 to 5 for me in Standard, and in Wild, probably a 2 to 5, although there are... Actually, I'll give it a 3 there, because there's so many, like, I don't know, Naval Mine. This is going to create a new Naval Mine OTK, where you play that, and you immediately trigger it and do some shenanigans. There's possibilities. There's a lot of death rattle support you could throw in there. It'll lead to like an OTK of some sort, so I won't completely write it off there. I will give it a 3 in Wild. I also have the signature for Summoner Dark Marrow, which is pretty rad. I actually really like this one. Good little throwback. I don't know what meme it is, or I know I've seen it somewhere. You can let me know in the comments down below, but it's a pretty good one. There we go. Again, another set of cards that feel like, where are the control cards? Where are the slower cards? It's all like craziness. Early game or just crazy combos. So far, yeah, very aggressive looking set. Anyways, I will have Deathlight cards to review, I believe, on Tuesday, so stay tuned for that. If you enjoyed the video, please like and subscribe. Have a great day, and stay salty, my friends.